And so for me, they always have that saying, hindsight is 2020. Oh, which we're well past the year 2020. And we've had 2020 vision. But they say hindsight is 2020. And there is some truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that when you reflect back on things. Now, for me, I just kind of wish that I would have picked my son instead of my second husband. And I don't know if my son had instincts or he just didn't want me to be in a relationship or he was just hoping that me and his dad would get back together. I have no idea. But in hindsight, I really wish that I would have picked my son, just kind of like I didn't take the job for my son. And I wished I would have done that instead of being in the relationship with the man that I got into the relationship with. I mean, because I did a lousy job. I did a lousy job at picking a man who I thought would be a good partner for me and for my son. Now, my son, he decided that he wanted to go stay with his dad when my second husband got a job transfer. He didn't want to go with me. And in hindsight, I am very thankful that my son went and stayed with his dad, because I felt like after my second husband was physically abusive to me and he was yelling and doing everything that he did, and he was kind of gaslighting my son a little bit, after he and I got married, up to the point that we moved, and he was saying some kind of mean things to him. And then my son had come down when we moved, he paid for him to fly to where we were at for one summer, and he stayed in the summer, and I think my son was ready to go back. And so my second husband was mean. I mean, I could not believe how mean he was to him. He says you need to stay down here with us and not go back to your dad. And he says he was carrying on and telling my son, he says, well it's going to be a lot cheaper for me if you go back to stay with your dad than if you're living with me and your mom. And he was just gaslighting him. And, it made me really uncomfortable. And, at that point, this was back in 2007, and I was kind of feeling like at that point in 2007, I was feeling like I was regretting getting married to him at that point. And even when he applied for his job where we came to, I was kind of feeling like a little bit that I was regretting being married to him.